It is the year 2018, and retro and modern games have a monumental amount of choices. The generational gap is widening with the technology, but constantly bridged at the same time. What's your pleasure? You are certain to find whatever you seek, and multiple ways to meet your needs. Nintendo produces wonderful products, and they offer joycons in the shape of the NES to match their Nintendo Online service. But they're expensive, and they're not even out yet. So, looking at other alternatives, 8Bitdo, however you pronounce their name, I've yet to get a good explanation, offers a DIY kit for old NES controllers. Let's explore that. Welcome to the Generational Gamer. What's going on, everyone? This is JPrime. And you can choose to buy one of those Nintendo Joy-Cons, or you go the 8Bitdo route. So we've got two broken NES controllers. They don't work at all. In fact, they're not even responsive. And I've tried different pads and all that other stuff. In fact, they're right here. But they don't work. So we're just going to throw them off to the side for now. But fortunately, 8Bitdo, makes these parts which allow you to change them out. Here's my PCB, or printed circuit board. So what we're going to do here is we're going to swap out the board in the better looking of the two controllers, okay? So this one has a better back, and the fronts look pretty much identical. So let's just use this one. So, first thing you need to do is unscrew everything. We're going to actually leave the screws in there so we don't lose them. Alright, so pop the top off. Now, with the Super Nintendo, they actually stopped soldering everything directly to it. So there's actually a connector on there. So we're just going to pull this whole thing out. And this thing just comes right out, so we'll put that to the side. I've already cleaned these in a previous attempt to save this thing. All we're going to do now is replace the PCB. Printed circuit board. Okay? This thing should just sit right in there. Alright, so all we're going to do is take this thing, plug that in, and this thing actually sits just like so. It goes in there. And that thing really falls out, so you got to be careful with that one. And there we have it. A wireless NES controller. Now, the reason I chose this thing is because I want to connect it to my Switch. Now, if you're a Nintendo member, whatever the hell they call their online service, you're eligible to buy a $60 set of Joy-Cons. Or you can just buy one of these, do-it-yourself kits, solve the problem, and if it's anything like the original SNES Classic controller, the D-pad would be squishy as hell. This, an original controller. Ooh! So, without further ado, let's check it out on this Switch itself. Okay, so I'm using my Classic controller, and we're going to go down here to Controllers. Alright, following the instructions. Start and left. And I got my blue light. So we're good there. We're blinking. Now, I need to hold select for 3 seconds. Alright. There we go. So now, I need to go to change grip order. We're going to go to find. I think we may have just found it. And there it is. There it is. So let's change grip order. And we're going to do the L and R, or just start. Oh, there we go. And there it is. Down and select brings you home. A little too much home. So let's close that. We're going back. B. And now, the whole reason I bought the thing. So I'm playing now with my controller, and as you can see, JPrime. Now let's see how this thing runs. Let's play Super Mario Brothers. I love that game. Oh, she's good. You know what's even better? I'm playing it with an original NES controller. Let me get that one up. Boom, gotcha. Okay, so I have to improvise a little bit here. So it comes with this little tiny USB cable, okay? And it's just a little circular input. It's not a typical USB-B port. Typical A, looks like it's about maybe 6 inches long. And basically, it just plugs in right here. So you plug it into where the blue light is. For Bluetooth, you know? And there you go. So now, let's go plug it in to a USB port. I know, I'm wire crazy over here right now. And it turns red. See, look at that. When it's charging, if it's anything like the one I have for the Genesis, it will turn green when it's done. Overall, I'm pretty impressed. It does exactly what I expected it to do, and I could not be happier. My only real gripe with this thing is so far I have yet to figure out how to use LNR. That would be really, really nice, but you know what? If you're really in a jam, just pop off a Joy-Con or use your Pro if you have one. By the way, future video, one of these. Do you know what this is? Very exciting. So this is an 8Bitdo, whatever. I seem to be buying everything they produce now. But it allows you to connect things. Basically, it's a Bluetooth dongle to USB. It will connect to a PC. I imagine it'll work with the PlayStation as well, because they do sell a new one that's gray, specifically for the PS Classic. But I imagine this would work on it regardless, because it's designed for the Switch. It'll also work with Windows. But here's the really cool thing about it. You can connect your PlayStation, Xbox, or even your Wii U controller. So using this thing, I could potentially use some of the best controllers with my Switch in addition to the Pro controller I have for my Switch. That's coming too. 8Bitdo makes great products, and I'm not sponsored. So if you're watching and you want to send me stuff, I'd love to review it. Anyway, peace out everyone. I'll talk to you later. Bye.